Hi, I'm Tamsen Fadal for the Broadway Channel. We're here at the 2014 Tony Awards, where we're talking about the winners, the surprises, and the all-around best of Broadway. This year's Tony Awards, hosted by Hugh Jackman, was truly a star-studded event. The evening showcasing Broadway's best at Radio City Music Hall, and the Broadway Channel caught up with several of this year's dazzling performers on the red carpet.
It's quite surreal to be here. It's a dream come true. You watch the Tonys as a kid, you dream of being here, and as you work in the theater, you come to realize what it means to make a show, the amount of work, the amount of years, and to be here celebrating that process with all of these incredible artists. I just feel really honored.
You know, there's nothing like, we both said this, standing in the back of the theater when the show ends and the audience roars and just a wave comes over you. We often come to tears over it because we've shared something really intimate with the audience, and they're loving it, and it just feels so validating on every level.
I feel like, I've lived in New York City 20 years now, and I feel like Broadway's in a golden age. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is the most and best stuff that's happened on Broadway. The theaters are full. Times Square is, you can't move on a show night. It's amazing. It's really fantastic.
To be nominated for the choreography of it is something, you dream about it, but you never have it as an ambition. So, this is incredible for us.
The work that these guys were doing at theater companies all across the city were just so freaking special. So to be in a list with those guys, Reed Birney and Mark freaking Rylance and Stephen Fry and Paul Chahati, it blows my mind.
It's pretty surreal. I feel a little bit like Alice in Wonderland. I've thought about this night for a long time in my life, and it's really nice to be here.
It's a lot of fun. I get a chance to be nominated for singing 2 songs in a show and having a good time. And I get a nomination for that. Who would have thought?
I'm just looking forward to, being here and just, getting to sort of sit back for a minute and just take it all in and appreciate where we've all come, which is great.
It's been really thrilling. It's been an incredible award season. I feel so fortunate to have gotten a chance to know not only my fellow nominees in my category, but just everybody involved. It's been such a celebratory atmosphere, celebrating an incredible level of theater this season, and it feels great.
It's been a long month, but a beautiful month, and it's something that I've just tried to take in every single moment of it and not take anything for granted, because I know that this is such a special time, and I'm so excited to be here and represent my show and represent the community that I've been in for so long. It's really a dream come true. I've really wanted this.
This is an exciting night, and all this, we were the last show to open on Broadway, so it all was a big rush, and we opened, and then a night or two, a morning or two later, they announced the Tony Awards. So it's all been one big whirlwind the last 5 weeks, and it's damn exciting is what it is.
Well, it's great to be here. I feel really good about A Raisin in the Sun, and I felt that Denzel was slightly snubbed, but the women, LaTanya Jackson, Anika Noni Rose, and Sophie Okanita are wonderful. So I'm hoping great things for A Raisin in the Sun.
This is very exciting. Since I was a kid, I always imagined being nominated for a lead actor in a musical. I didn't expect it would happen this early in my life, and to be here with red carpet under my feet, a beautiful girl on my arm, it's sort of hard to believe, I have to admit.
There are so many diverse and interesting performances, and you also have to remember that you've got off-Broadway. We also get to talk about when we talk about Broadway. This is not just Broadway's night. This is the New York theater community.
It's amazing. I feel like I'm a kid in a candy shop. All these performers that I look up to, the musicals that I want to see, the musicals I want to be in, the people that I want to meet are all under one roof tonight. So the fact that I even get a chance to have a teeny bit of participation, that's the best part of my week. This is great.
I'm a tough nut to crack when it comes to crying, so it was amazing, and we're thrilled. We're hopefully by fall of 2015, we'll be on Broadway, and tonight is just so special for us because we've never been here live and in person.
You know, it's been a phenomenal experience. Cinderella has been one of the highlights in my career. Everybody has embraced me. The Broadway community is incredible. I play the wicked stepmother on stage, but tonight I feel like queen for a day. I'm going to be presenting Best Featured Actor in a Musical.
It's really healthy. I think it's really healthy. The theater is thriving. Audiences are hungry for that live contact. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the fact that we get sort of bombarded with movies and television, and there's a certain, maybe a certain sense of detachment there, and the theater gives you that immediacy. So I think it's good for everybody.
Listen, Kenny and Denzel are my champions. I love them very much. I'm so excited to be in Miss Hansberry's play, and this company is the best company that anyone could never imagine to be in. So it's all good, whatever. It's all good.
A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder was the big winner of the night, taking home 4 Tonys, including the coveted Tony for Best Musical. Other awards include Neil Patrick Harris for Best Leading Actor in a Musical for Hedwig in The Angry Inch.
It's spectacular. I can't believe that this has all happened in a 12-month span. It's been a remarkably awesome year for me. To have hosted last year's Tonys and had that opening number be so bigger than I thought it was going to be, and then through the season 9 of How I Met Your Mother, which I was very proud of, a big comedy Western movie that I got to be a part of, David Fincher's movies coming out in October, then Hedwig starts, we moved to New York. The response for the show has been wonderful, and people are now anxious to come and see it, and then it ends with, you know, people voting for me for this as a thing. It's been a blast.
Mark Rylance picked up another Tony, this time for Best Featured Actor in a Play for Twelfth Night.
You know how to win a campaign? By not losing it!
All the Way won the top prize for Best Play. Best Leading Actor in a Play went to Bryan Cranston for All the Way in recognition of his performance.
How do I feel at this point in my career? Like I stole something, because I didn't have any formal education in the arts. I was a kid who was poor, trying to figure out where I belong, and from a very early age, I tapped back and I remembered how that felt to evoke emotion in other people, and how that made me feel powerful. And I think that's the thing that's universal about this, is that every adult is seeking something, whatever, that empowers them. And it could come from performing, could come from their church or their children or their other jobs or charity work or whatever it is. And I found it. And I stumbled on it, actually, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Audra McDonald picked up her 6th Tony, winning for Best Leading Actress for her performance as Billie Holiday in Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. James Monroe Iglehart picked up Featured Actor in a Musical for Aladdin, and Lena Hall picked up Featured Actress in a Musical for Hedwig in The Angry Inch. Sophie Okonedo took home the Tony for Best Featured Actress for her performance in A Raisin in the Sun. Best Revival of a Play went to A Raisin in the Sun, and Best Musical Revival went to Hedwig in The Angry Inch. It was also a thrilling night for Broadway, which welcomed Rosie O'Donnell, who accepted a special Tony Award. And Jessie Mueller took home a Tony for Best Leading Actress in a Musical for Beautiful, the Carole King Musical.
Well, it's funny because you have to meet someone on the first day, and depending on your role, you have to be their wife or their husband or fall in love with them or their best friend. You know what I mean? I think in theater is a form to other sort of jobs even. You have to form connections with people because you have to do very intimate things with people. You know, depending on the story you're depicting. So I think that's why, and you have to do it really fast. and then you experience something really special, and then you have to leave each other. But because it's so intense, I think that's why those relationships last.
Broadway's biggest night only comes around once a year, but already 24 new shows have been announced for the new season. Congrats to all the winners. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tamsen Fadal for the Broadway Channel. We'll see you on Broadway.